I would like to share with you this 4 degrees of kindness that researchers have done, yeah, and which is very prevalent. You can see in ourselves and also in other people. There are 4 degrees of kindness. People act kind and help others based on different intention that's underlying them. First one is conditional kindness. What is this? The simple simile is, with expectation. If I do good, I expect you to give me something. Or only when you do something good to me, I will do an act of kindness or service to you, right? This is very, very common, and this is a very basic kind of kindness. Now, it is not saying that it is not good, as long as the intention and there are actions that carry out which is beneficial to others, it is still considered as a good act. However, it could be improved by having evident kindness. What does this mean? This is the most simple, most common kind of kindness that research found out. It is available in every one of us, which is we think that as a human being, we need to be kind. A very basic belief and principle that we ought to be kind to other people, we ought to be kind to ourselves, we ought to be kind to our environment and whatever that we are with. Agree? Everybody has this, right? Now, the third one is, selfless kindness. So in the evident kindness, there's this sense of wanting to be well, there's this sense of selflessness and compassion. Well, the third kind of selfless kindness is a sense of thinking about others, thinking about other well-being above me. Yeah, when I take giving seat to another person, for example. A conditional kindness is someone that, last time people had given me seat, so this time I give people seat. Or I give people seat because I want people to look at me differently. Yeah. And evident kindness is that basic, if I see an elder person, I will give a seat. I see a kid, I'll give a seat because it's good to be kind, believe. Now, selfless kindness is a kind of kindness that you do the act of service. I would like to give this seat because considering this person will need this seat more than me. Yeah, so there is a selflessness behind the kindness, the act of kindness. And the fourth one is utopian kindness. Why call utopian? I don't know, because invented by the Western scientists. Yeah. What is utopian kindness? It is that sense of wishing everyone, every being, everything in the universe to be well, to be good, to be prosperous, to be successful. Yeah, that very idealistic, in our term, idealistic kind of kindness. And is that possible? Yes, yeah. So at different time, we all perform act of kindness and service based on different intention, different intensity, different motivation, and it is good for us to be aware so that we can progress from here up to here. Now, what affect the kindness that we perform, or what are the 3 factors that lead us to do act of kindness or service? This one not according to me, this one according to scientists. So in the recent 20 years, there were many researchers done research, especially from Canada, US, and UK, to talk about why people act kindly, why people don't act kindly, and what are the motivation behind that, and what are the factors. So they do a lot of scientific research, not only behavioral research, but scientific research. They found out that actually in you and me, there's this DNA, which is called the kindness gene. Wow. You never learned this in biology, right? Yeah. Now this is the research that have found there is a kindness gene in us. So certain people has more kindness gene. Certain people has lesser kindness gene. but it doesn't mean that we can excuse ourselves when we are not in a kind mode, right? Now, that is what we inherited within us. Secondly, our personal experience will affect us whether we will be motivated to be kind. Yeah, for example, people who always live in a good condition or have good people treat them, or they themselves have the belief that they want to be kind, kindness is good, then they will tend to do a lot of act of kindness and service. In another example, if a person who do not live in the environment that is supportive, not environment, do not have these basic values that kindness is good, the only thing we want to do in this world is just to survive, and it is only me who must come first, then the person's experience towards doing kindness will be very much lacking. The third one is the environment. The environment where we live in, the people and the community that we live in will also help us to develop that sense of kindness and that service-oriented attitude. Yeah. So if you are used to do service at home, meaning to say you always help your parents do chores and whatnot, when you come to Nalanda, when they ask them to do service, you'll be very 快手快脚. Yeah, you don't have that resistance. But you can see in your children, I don't say you are, your children. When they are not used to do chores at home, then when they come here, there will be quite some resistance in their mind. But good thing is that this could be nurtured. Yeah, the act of kindness, the attitude to service could be nurtured by providing good environment and by providing good experience. That's why we always say appreciate and say thanks to those who did act of kindness towards yourself and towards other people. The sense of rejoicing is very important. Now, what is the difference? Yeah, we all here coming to Nalanda, learning Dhamma, right? Can the person who don't come to Nalanda and don't learn Dhamma do act of kindness? Can also, right? Yeah. Then what is the difference between the person who come and learn the Dhamma and doing act of kindness and service? There is a slight difference, yeah? Because when we just be kind, yeah, without having certain mindset gearing toward purification of mind, the kindness done is not gearing towards spiritual progress. Whereas here, what we are trying to do is upgrade a little bit of our kindness, upgrade a little bit of our system. Yeah. Last time version kindness 1.0. When we learn the Dhamma, our kindness become version 2.0, and it can continue to upgrade. Yeah. Upgrade to what? Elevate to the ennobling qualities so that this become a purification. This is not only because out of our motivation, out of good intention, out of our compassion, but it tuned our mind to purify ourselves so that it become a process of purification when we do, and that leads to our spiritual progress. Yeah. Now, let's see the example. Anyone have heard about the story of Ananda and Pakati? No? During the time of the Buddha, you know Venerable Ananda? Very handsome personal attendant of the Buddha. And this Pakati is a lady who is born in the lowest caste in the Indian system. So being an outcast, you know, the practice is that you cannot talk to the person who is of your higher caste. You cannot even touch them. And one day when she was taking water from the well, which you can see here, Venerable Ananda passed by. And being very thirsty, Venerable Ananda asked Pakati for a cup of water. And then what Pakati replied? Usually what will you reply when people ask a cup of water from you? Just give lah, right? Sure, right? Simple. But this Pakati said, you know, she wanted to give. From her expression, she wanted to give, but she replied, she said, Venerable Sir, I am from the lowest caste and I can't offer water to you. Right? You won't see this in Malaysia. And Venerable Ananda said, Sister, I didn't ask for your cars. I just asked for a cup of water. And this Pakati still refused to give to Venerable Ananda. But ultimately, she saw Venerable Ananda was so peaceful, so serene, and she think that, oh, he must be a good ascetic, and then she finally offered, yeah, because it was allowed. And being charmed by Venerable Ananda, yeah, she wanted to follow Venerable Ananda and think about Venerable Ananda time to time and wanting to be his wife. And he followed everywhere he goes. And Venerable Ananda scared already. But don't forget, Venerable Ananda was was in the third stage of sainthood. So he went back to the monastery, and this Pakati followed, chased Venerable Ananda until the monastery. And then Buddha was there. The Buddha was there. So Buddha asked Pakati, what happened to you? And then she said, oh, I met this ascetic, handsome, good-mannered, well-cultured, very kind, don't have prejudice towards me and all those things. I want to be his wife. And then the Buddha was, huh? And then what did the Buddha say? The Buddha, of course, didn't chase Pakati away, didn't scold Pakati, but the Buddha said that, sister, you do not love Venerable Ananda. Wow, then Pakati gets shocked. What you love is the kindness that Venerable Ananda portrayed or demonstrated to you. And because you love that kindness, you want to follow him. So don't follow him, but follow the kindness. Then Pakati was, remember, she was from very low caste. Then she asked, can I? How? Then the Buddha said, you can follow his kindness by cultivating it within you. Yeah, the Buddha no need DNA to know that she has the kindness gene. Yeah, the Buddha just said, you just develop the kindness that Venerable Ananda has in you. And finally, you can also turn to be someone who is inspiring and noble. So, brothers and sisters, what does this tell us? It tells us kindness could be cultivated. Kindness could be upgraded and elevated. Don't always think that I am kind enough already. Yeah, there is always room for improvement. Now, how do we practice kindness? Yeah, for the path of purification, yeah, to upgrade our kindness, the Buddha advised us to be kind with a pure heart, to be kind with the four immeasurables, metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha. Why? And wisdom. Why? Because these are the emotional modes of the enlightened one. We do kind deeds, right? We are kind. One is the difference between our kindness and the enlightened being kindness. They are also very kind. But what is the difference? We are operating in different mode. Yeah, our kindness is always conditional, situational. When I'm free lah, when I'm convenient lah, I'll be kind, right? Or when you are kind to me lah, I'll be kind. But the enlightened being has these modes of emotion that make the foundation of their kindness. Let's go through this. Yeah, I will give you more example. Loving kindness. Now, just now we talk about conditional or situational kindness, but when one has a loving kindness as a foundation, it is a sense of pervasive that we wish for the well-beings of ourselves and other people around us and the whole ecosystem that we are with. Yeah. And a lot of people mistaken this loving kindness to liking kindness. You only be kind when you like it, when you like the person. Yeah. So it becomes very conditional. But what the Buddha said is, no, this is not the way. And I would like to elaborate this with a story from Achan Amaro. Achan Amaro is a monk a very senior monk, great teacher from Achancha tradition, and he lives in Amaravati Monastery in UK. And in the monastery, there is a pond, and he can see fishes in a pond, and occasionally a heron will come. The bangau, the kisah bangau dan ikan. Yeah. And every time when the heron come, he will actually try to chase the heron away. Yeah. So that they don't eat the fish. Now, if you talk about practicing of loving kindness, you will say that why would you chase the heron away? Are you not compassionate toward the heron? Are you more compassionate towards the fish? Then I say, it's not. It's not about I like the fish or I like the heron, but it is about wanting the well-being for all sentient beings. Yeah, by him chasing the heron doesn't mean that he has ill will or wanting to have cruelty to the heron, but general sense of well-being towards the fish and also towards heron. Because you know, when you kill, even you're in the animal realms, you will reap the unwholesome vipaka as well, the result of the unwholesome deeds as well. So that's a reminder for us when we do kindness, when we perform certain act of kindness towards people, remember that get this loving kindness as a foundation. Second, karuna, the heart of compassion. When we do kindness, a lot of time we may forgot, we may forgot the intention behind, but let also, when we do service to others, especially to the needy one, cultivate that sense of karuna. Yeah. For example, the Buddha's kindness. There are many, you read many kindness, act of kindness that the Buddha did, in his life. For example, every morning, what did the Buddha do? Survey the world. The Buddha will survey the world and see who are the people in need of his guidance, advice, or on the way to liberation, on the way to become sainthood. And he will do whatever he could, to appear in front of them and convert them or train them to be the Arya. So when we ourselves, when we do act of kindness as well, when we do service, there could be some inconveniences. For example, need to wake up very early, need to spend our time, need to spend our effort, need to spend money, for example, but we do that with the heart of compassion. And in the face of difficulties, for example, on the last meal, when Chunda offered the last meal to the Buddha, that was a very, very meritorious deed. And the Buddha actually have this stomachache, right? But out of compassion, the Buddha told the rest of the people, don't tell Chunda about this, because he really didn't know about it. And that act of service, that act of generosity, make him gain a lot of merits, let him not regret. And out of this compassion, the Buddha withstand that pain and continued his journey. And on his journey back to Kusinara, why he want to walk so far, so inconvenient, right? On the foot. Now we all drive 2 hours or so, I think very far already. But Buddha have to walk for so long, for so many days. Why? Because of that compassionate heart, wanting to convert the last disciple, Suvada. So again, compassion as a purification method to purify our act of kindness and service. The third one is sympathetic joy, mudita. Now, for a gardener, who plow effort, to beautify the garden, to plant, the gardener does not know whether the seed will germinate, whether the flower will bloom. But what he does is continue to plant, continue to cut the weeds, continue to water. And when people come and help him in this particular condition, when he's taking care of the garden, he will be very grateful for it. And when the flowers bloom, when he has a beautiful garden, how do you think that he will feel? Happy, right? That is the result of service to the earth. Later, you will feel that sense of happiness also when you serve the earth, when you go out and do that gardening and cleaning. Yeah. Now, and another thing is that when people visit the garden and feel happy towards that set achievement, what will people do? Praise, like how your friend praised you just now, right? Yeah. How do you feel? Song, very song. Yeah, very song. What else? Sometimes we will float a little bit, right? We'll float a little bit. Yeah, Lord, I worked so hard, 12 months, non-stop, that's why I got this garden. And then we forgot, actually, there are many conditions that make the flowers bloom. How can we be more graceful or have this sympathetic joy, rejoicing when we do act of kindness or when we receive the act of kindness or the service done by other people? How can we be more graceful? Just now I heard Sister say, Sister Paru, you are so kind like a Guan Yin Ma. Then Sister Paru say what? Sister Paru, what did you say? Yeah. How do we accept this gracefully? Yes, the Buddha said, when we do something good, acknowledge it. Yeah, don't say no, 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 no. Don't acknowledge. Why? Because when we are able to rejoice in our good deeds, it gives rise to happiness, and it reinforces us to do it again and again. Yeah. So acknowledge it, but pull ourselves down to the ground. Yeah. Don't be too too uh fly too high. Don't fly too high. Yeah. And then appreciative also to other conditions that lead to our success and our act of kindness and our service. Yeah. Just like today, we are coming here, not only thanking the people around here, but thanking many conditions that allow us to be here and enjoy all the good things that we have in life. And the more important thing is that when we receive the praise, yeah, the Buddha also advised that have that sense like the joy of the gardeners. Yeah. Think that the praise is towards the flowers, not towards me. People praise you, the gardener is beautiful or the garden is beautiful. The garden is beautiful, right? So people praise your act of kindness and your service is beautiful. Yeah, it is your act, not you, so that we are not carried away by that praise, right? So that will help us to purify our mind rather than being attached to the praise and being or wanting to eat to have more, craving for more. Yeah. And the last one, not the last one, the fourth one is equanimity, which is upekkha. Have you heard? Okay, I have this friend of mine who has a daughter, and once the daughter complete her study and started work, so this is what she will say to her daughter every month in the beginning of the month: kindly pay rent. Do you do that to your children? I don't ask you to do that. Yeah. Yeah. So every early of the month, she will go to the daughter and say, please pay this month's rent. Of course, the daughter get very angry, right? I'm living with you and mother, you should support me. And of course, when the daughter go and tell the other friend, the friend also like, oh, what kind of mother you have? You know, and when the family members know, the relatives know, they also think that, wow, you really torture your daughter, man. You know, you think you are you think your daughter is an ATM machine, is it? You know, have to pay you rental, and so on and so forth. So there were a lot of people think that this is a very ridiculous act, and of course criticize her. But despite that, she was very calm and very consistent in collecting rent. So until when the daughter wanting to get married, okay, on the day when they decided to get married, she told the daughter, yeah, this is the house that I have bought for you. Then no, not I have bought for you. This is the house that you have bought for yourself. And then the daughter was like, huh, since when I bought the house? Yeah, then she explained, the money that you have given to me actually I keep it and I save it so that you can have enough to buy a house when you want to get married. And why I do it like that? Because you always simply spend, So it's out of compassion, out of that love. Yeah, they perform an act of kindness, but it doesn't seem to be kind. But then we have to be very determined, yeah, and not affected by all the bad experience or unpleasant circumstances that we actually face. And the last one is do good, yeah, perform act of kindness, perform service with wisdom as well. I would like to share with you this story about, I put it as sternly kind. Yeah? This is a photo of Venerable Ajahn Chah. And when many years ago, there was a young monk who was having the privilege to become the attendant of Ajahn Chah. And when he was actually helping to clean the room of the teacher, he found a ceramic tile having the photo of Ajahn Chah, and that was very, very beautiful. And he thought that, wow, it would be good if I can give this gift to my mother. Then my mother would think about the teacher, and then would also try to learn the Dhamma and become a Buddhist. Good intention or not? Good, right? Yeah, wanting to help the mother. But so happily, he went to meet the teacher and asked for this gift. He thought that Ajahn Chah would be very happy and then praise him and then would give him the ceramic tile. Who knows? Ajahn Chah became very stern and say no. Then he was like, huh? Disappointed and sad, and he left. Didn't understand why. After that, he completed his duty and he was being moved to another monastery. Not because of this incident, but just because part of the practice, they moved from one monastery to another monastery for training. And one day, there was many months later, one day there was a monk who came from Ajahn Chah monastery and wanted to see him. Out of his surprise, the monk took out a piece of ceramic tile, which is the one that he found in the teacher's room and the one that he wanted very much. And this new monk said, this is the gift from Ajahn. He asked to pass to you. Then when he looked at that, he was touched. And suddenly he realized that is the wisdom of a great teacher. Wanting to be kind, but know when to be kind. The lesson that he learned is that he knows the teacher doesn't want him to think that by providing service, you get a gift, you get a reward. But when you serve, you don't get anything. After that, you get that sense of happiness, and this came as a surprise. Yeah. So have wisdom when we act with kindness and have wisdom when we serve as well. So when kindness blossom in us, brothers and sisters, yeah, what happened? These are all, not I say one, but based on science, research, and also common surveys. Yeah, it produces, when we are kind, it produces a kind of hormone that make our heart stronger and slow down our aging. So if you want to be healthy, want to be strong, want to get rid of heart attack, and want to age slower, then be kind. And second one is that it also produces a kind of hormone that relieves pain and reduce stress. Yeah, so it also lead to energetic booster and it leads to happier. Have you heard about this term called the helper's high? Very common. When people do volunteering work, they talk about helper's high. It is the happiness that you gain that make you become energetic when you help other people, when you do service. Yeah. And the fourth one is that it improves relationship. Would you like a kind person or a non-kind person? Of course, a kind person, right? So it helps us to improve the relationship among people. And because, remember, of the kindness DNA that we have, so it makes us also feel that connectivity within us. It makes us feel that wow, kindness make us one here. And lastly, as I mentioned, it helps us to purify our mind. So from here, we can see that, you know, we can get, when kindness appear in us, we get physical well-being, we get emotional well-being, we get sense of happiness, we get social well-being, yeah, and finally, we also get our spiritual well-being, yeah. So, taking the theme for this series, yeah, living a meaningful lives, and our 20th anniversary, making lives more meaningful. This is how being kind, doing act of service to other people with a real heart, sincere heart of kindness, help us to live a meaningful life. Yeah, and this act of kindness can be done day by day. Yeah, can be done one by one, gradually, until it become the culture of our heart. Yeah, and the kindness matter. Yeah, we all know, we all experience. Let us practice it so that it become a culture of our heart that we bring to wherever we are. Yeah, and as we said, an apple a day keep the doctors away. A kindness a day, what would it happen? Keep the doctors and defilements away. Okay, so brothers and sisters, thank you again for your attention. And today we are going to be kind to the Mother Earth. Yeah, when we do our service, there will be different scenarios that we will encounter. Please remember in that process how we can still keep our mind calm and steady and do the service with much joy, happiness, and fulfillment. I wish you happy service after this. Thank you.